Trump sends big message in middle of G20 group pick after what they all tried to force him to do. It's been a busy first day of the G20 Summit for world leaders, especially President Donald Trump, who had a lot to accomplish in meetings with his international counterparts. He brokered a lot of massive deals for America that was necessary to accomplish his goal of making the country great again. In so doing, he arranged far more in just a few hours than his predecessor did in 8 years. The other leaders at the summit today seem to forget that the U.S. has a different commander-in-chief than who they're used to, and try to force Trump to do something without considering who they're dealing with. Trump didn't just refuse and stand for what he has always said he represents. He sent a bold message in the middle of a picture he posed for shortly after with the defiant thing he did that has proud conservative citizens cheering for our incredible leader. If there's one thing that contributes to Trump's trend of winning, it's that he doesn't care what other people think and stays true to himself regardless of any amount of pressure he's put under. These attributes were well received by Americans who elected him as our president, realizing that the country needed a big change from a history of career politicians in office who can be easily bought and act counter to what's best for the country. Everything Trump does is different than what we're used to, including the unapologetically American message he sent in the middle of his picture with other world leaders at G20 today. It's often said that a photo speaks 1,000 words, which is true with this group, shot after what President Trump snuck in before it was snapped. While there are tens of thousands of Europeans protesting G20 and globalism in the streets of Hamburg right outside where the summit is being held, Trump's was inside sending a bigger message of his own by being the only world leader to refuse one thing the rest of them were doing that day. Trump is known for putting America first no matter who he offends with his patriotism. So, when every single member of the G20 Summit was gifted a special lapel pin to wear for the monumental meeting, he refused, opting for a far better accessory that sent a clearly different message. Those in attendance at the summit were given a commemorative globalist lapel pin to wear this weekend, representing a liberal mindset about international, economic, and foreign policy that Trump doesn't agree with, but Barack Obama surely supported. In place of where this globalist lapel pin would have gone, he stuck with his American flag pin, seen on his jacket since the moment he decided to run for president of the United States. That's something to be proud of. While all the other G20 nations sold out to the siren song of globalism and proudly donned their G20 lapel pins, the real Don, President Trump, boldly shunned them as if they were the mark of the beast itself. Thank you, Mr. Trump. America first will be our credo. Donald J. Trump, the American people elected me president of Pittsburgh, not Paris. I love how firmly President Trump understands his role in the world today. He is one of the sole voices fighting back against the onslaught of globalism. He is not willing to bow to the G20 nations. Trump is a very smart man and knows what he's doing in these very calculated moves. Refusing to wear the G20 pin was probably on purpose to make the point that he doesn't work on work or side with anyone but the American people who voted for him and trust in the promises he made to make America great again, not support a globalist agenda. This is not only something that our country can get behind, but the tens of thousands of European rioters need to recognize as well while out in the street with their banners saying "Welcome to Hell." Trump is advocating for the same cause, and despite what the mainstream media says about him, he's not that villain he's been made out to be. While Barack Obama continues on his apology tour long after his time in office, as he's forgotten that he's not president anymore, the real leader is defending America and putting an end to the globalist agenda his predecessor pushed. It's refreshing to have a patriot in the White House who forever and always puts America first. So true. That was actually a bold move, and I wouldn't have actually thought about it. Like, you know, sometimes you wouldn't just think and just put it on and not really realize that, you know, you become actually a puppet for the puppet master's quote. Absolutely. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.